I'm finally back. Couldn't miss the chapter revealing Rock's D Xebec now, could I? Xebec is one of the most mysterious characters in all of One Piece. Even though Oda revealed his appearance and confirmed that he's Teach's father, there are now even more secrets about his past and role in the story, especially his bloodline. It's interesting how Saturn knew that Blackbeard has a special bloodline. What if it wasn't Shamrock, but Shanks who told the Gorosei that Blackbeard was the son of Rock's D Xebec? That could explain how they knew the truth. It could have been Shamrock too, of course, and it's also possible that their father, Figureland Garling, was actually the one who killed Rock's D Xebec. Yes, Roger and Garp fought him, but neither of them seems like the type to deliver a killing blow. Garling, on the other hand, easily could have. Also, according to Loki, we know the world government killed Rocks. Could Oda be hinting that Teach crying at the moon is connected to his father's killer? Maybe that's why there's such a rivalry between Shanks and Blackbeard. Teach might want to defeat the son of the man who killed his father. He already defeated Ace, Roger's son, the one who fought Xebec, killed Whitebeard, who abandoned Xebec at God Valley, and captured Garp. Maybe it wasn't all intentional, especially in Garp's case, but it's clear that every major character Teach has defeated has a link to his father. I'm guessing the Marshall surname comes from Teach's mother, just like Ace took Portgas from his mother. But I'm sure that, like Ace, Teach knows who his father was, especially since he named his ship the Saber of Xebec. Most likely someone told him the truth later. That moment could become one of the biggest revelations in the story. Who raised Teach? How does he know all these mysteries, including how to steal devil fruits, or even eat a second one? Yes, he was shown crying as a child, suggesting loneliness, but I'm sure someone was behind it all. One theory says it was Shiki, but that's a topic for another video. Whitebeard actually took in both Roger's and Xebec's sons into his crew, and in the end, both played a role in his death. I don't know how Newgate didn't notice the similarity between Teach and Xebec. They look nearly identical. It's also strange how the world government let Teach become a Shichibukai. Maybe they didn't know, but that's unlikely. And if they did know, why didn't they keep a closer eye on him? The Impel Down incident is completely their fault. To be honest, part of Teach's face looks like Buggy too, so theories about him being Buggy's father still aren't dead. Teach and Buggy being half-brothers would be very interesting. Now let's return to Xebec. His introductory feat in the story is killing an admiral. That's right, not even his greatest feat, just his introduction. I believe the admiral Rocks killed was Yenezumi or Hainazumi, meaning gray or silver rat. Currently, there are only 3 animals left to be revealed in the Admiral Zodiac. Dragon is likely Monkey D. Dragon, Smoker could be the White Rabbit, Sengoku might be the Golden Goat. The last spot could be the Gray or Silver Rat. Luffy got his first bounty after beating Marine Captain Nezumi at Arlong Park. Maybe Rocks got his first bounty after killing Admiral Rat. In this chapter, we also saw him cut a mountain, but we don't see a sword, only a strange hand gesture that looks a lot like Law's shambles. That hand gesture and the ease of slicing a mountain, something Mihawk is known for, makes me believe there's a huge chance that Xebec was the previous user of the Ope Ope no Mi. That could explain why the world government wanted that fruit so badly. Many theories also suggest that the Ope Ope no Mi is essential to becoming the king of the world, which was Xebec's goal. We'll see what Oda's preparing for us, but based on what we know so far, I want to share a little theory. We already know he carries the D initial, and I also think he could be part Buccaneer. There are many reasons for that. We already know from Scopper that many special races interbred in the One Piece world. I'm sure that for Rocks, Oda was inspired by a real-life infamous pirate Rock Brasiliano. Rock Brasiliano was known as one of the most brutal buccaneers. He was first mentioned in Alexandre Excamelon's 17th century piracy sourcebook, Buccaneers of America, 1678, a book I believe Oda has read and taken inspiration from. It said that Brasiliano started as a privateer before becoming a pirate. A privateer was a kind of government-backed pirate, almost like a military agent. Maybe Rocks was something similar, someone whose kingdom or background had ties to the world government, or maybe he even worked for them before becoming a full-fledged pirate. That could explain why he attended the reverie and met King Harold. Eventually, Rock Brasiliano caused a mutiny which led to him becoming a pirate. A mutiny is when someone leads a rebellion within a military or crew. Maybe Rocks led such a revolt, aiming to create a revolutionary group and place himself as king of the world. We know he killed an admiral and knew many taboo secrets. Maybe he discovered the truth about Imu while at Marijua and decided to take the throne. The most intriguing part, Rock Brasiliano disappeared without a trace. Some say he was killed, others say he survived and lived on. Imagine if Rox survived as well, setting things in motion for his return through Blackbeard. Another reason I believe Rox and Blackbeard are Buccaneers is Saturn himself. Saturn hates Buccaneers so much that it's no surprise he was the first to mention Blackbeard's bloodline. He was also seen with the first revealed Buccaneer, Kuma, at God Valley. Not only Rox, but Blackbeard also has a real-life connection to Buccaneers. There's a book by Ralph D. Payne titled Blackbeard Buccaneer, which is an exciting account of the legendary pirate Edward Teach. In chapter 1104, Vegapunk revealed that Buccaneers are said to possess a unique ability or characteristic in addition to their incredible bodies. The context of this was Vegapunk witnessing a soulless cyborg Kuma go on an impossible rampage against Saturn to save Bonnie. We know that Vegapunk installed a self-destruct feature into cyborg Kuma, a sort of kill switch, and for some reason it failed to work. Vegapunk even hinted this failure might be due to Kuma's Buccaneer's blood. So far, Buccaneers have been known for their extraordinary physical endurance, and Kuma especially represents the theme of taking on pain. His body is said to be fundamentally different from others, but now we know that Kuma, and Buccaneers in general, are even more different than we thought, though it was revealed that the self-destruct feature didn't work. But why was that detail given to us unless it leads to something bigger? I believe that the self-destruct triggered by Saturn actually awakened a latent second personality or soul within Kuma's Buccaneer blood. That's the force currently driving his body. That's why I believe Buccaneers can eat 2 devil fruits. Either Teach discovered this ability himself, or perhaps Xebec figured it out first and passed the knowledge down. As I mentioned earlier, Xebec knew many taboo truths about the world, which is why he was erased from history. Teach managed to eat a second devil fruit and didn't die. Thanks to his Buccaneer body, he likely activated a second soul. If Vegapunk knew something like this, it's very possible that Xebec, who had deep knowledge of the world's secrets, knew it too. We also know that Blackbeard doesn't sleep and that his body is fundamentally different from a normal person's. If this difference comes from Buccaneer blood, it would explain a lot. For example, Blackbeard believes he's the perfect man for the Yami Yami no Mi and that the fruit chose him. During his conversation with Ace, he says that his darkness absorbs everything, especially pain. This directly mirrors Kuma's ability to absorb pain. If Blackbeard is a Buccaneer, then his body being suited to a power that thrives on pain makes perfect sense. During his fight with Law, Teach took one of Law's awakened attacks, an attack strong enough to severely damage Big Mom, and just got up. Law was tired and weaker than in Wano, yes, but it's still strange that Blackbeard could tank that hit so easily. If his body absorbs extra pain, then that's likely the reason. Even as a child, Blackbeard showed unusual endurance. He fought the Roger Pirates for 3 days without sleeping. He also tanked massive damage at Impel Down and from Whitebeard. Marco once commented that Teach's body is different, and this mirrors Ivankov's line to Dragon. Kuma is different. Even their body types are somewhat similar. Blackbeard isn't as tall as Kuma, but not all giants are the same height. For instance, Morley is currently the shortest known giant at 12.5 meters, while Dory is the tallest known regular giant at 22.6 meters. So half-giants, aka Buccaneers, can vary in size. There's even a possibility that both Whitebeard and Blackbeard were Buccaneers. Both of them as children looked similar to Kuma. What if the reason Blackbeard was able to eat Whitebeard's devil fruit is because they share the same lineage? There's still a lot to explain, but it seems we're getting closer to the truth. Interestingly, just by looking at the chapter titles in Blackbeard Buccaneer, we can spot many parallels with Blackbeard's journey in One Piece. His connection with Bonnie, weapon smuggling, kidnapping, and more. One of the chapters is even titled Releasing a Fearful Weapon. Let's talk about Teach and ancient weapons. We saw Caribou fangirling over the Blackbeard pirates asking to join the crew. But Blackbeard doesn't accept just anyone. He chooses people who can help him achieve his goals. Caribou's trump card is his knowledge of ancient weapons, Poseidon and Pluton. Blackbeard will definitely need that info. I believe his next target will be Shirahoshi. There were also many interesting details about the giants and Prince Loki in this chapter, but I wanted to make a separate video focused on Xebec, Teach, and the idea of them being Buccaneers. Hope you enjoyed this breakdown. And it seems all the theories about man marked by flames are false after all. If you want to find out who this mysterious character with the last road poneglyph really is, check out this video right here. Thanks for watching.